What's cracking YouTube? Tgreenman in the house. It's been a while since I decided to come on here and update you guys on everything. And I'll have a little message, I guess, at the very end. Subconscious, subtle. What would be the word of it? I don't know. I guess subtle. Very subtle message. But yeah. Basically, still living in my place, fighting with a lot of crazy stuff financially. It's trying to catch up. I had a bad employee, and cost me some money. But it's fixed, and I'm just trying to climb myself out. I always get out of these kind of things, so I'm not really too worried about all that. But other than that, just running a business and getting back into my Buddhist thing. Been attending meetings regularly, and my blood just go out. Yeah, just basically been grinding, getting involved with the community, getting involved with the people. You know what I mean? Just trying to mend fences and things. Do what I can to really encourage the people that are close to me inside my life, as well as encourage myself to be the best version of myself, and encourage other people to be the best versions of themselves. I can't be around people who are constantly making excuses. I can't be around people that are constantly living the same life. I can't be around people that do the same thing over and over and get the same results. Because in my life, whenever I make decisions that have the same results, I tend to try to make new ones so I can get different results, so I can move further on in my life. It's strange to watch people, because everybody wants to blame everyone else for the reason that they are the way they are, but they don't want to take the responsibility of being who they are. They don't want to take the responsibility of the actions they take. They only want to they only want to use the actions of others to be the bearing of their actions. It's always for something else rather than themselves, because they don't love themselves, or else they wouldn't constantly have to make actions for other people when there's stuff that they're not doing in their own life. To me, when I find something wrong with myself, I try as hard as I can to fix it. I correct it. I try to tell people that I'm aware of it, and give them preemptive, just talks, letting them know, like, hey, if I talk too much, tell me to shut up. Hey, if I rant on a subject too much, tell me to change the subject. Things like that, because I know about my intensity. The thing about life is you have to realize your devilish function, or things about you that just aren't right, and you have to be willing to at least try, because it's not going to happen overnight. Nothing happens overnight. It's a day-by-day struggle. But the thing is, you have to take the first step in that struggle, or you're just going to stay where you are for 5, 10, 15, 20 years and never grow, and stay stuck on an idea that never grows. And the whole time, all you do is stay angry and blame everybody else for why you don't have the things you have. Most people don't have the things they don't have because they don't go out and get them. They don't go out and take actions to get them. They think they take actions, but they take the most comfortable actions. They take the actions that make them feel the easiest about what they're doing, rather than taking those actions that make them question what they're doing. That's where the difference between actually achieving it and not achieving it comes from. You have to actually try the things that you feel aren't going to have any growth, and even things that you may not want to try. The thing you have to ask yourself when you make those kinds of decisions are, will the sacrifice in the end get me what I desire. Because that's what that life's about. We pretend like we live life for others. We pretend like we live life for all these things. But really, at the end of the day, the reason we want to help other people is because it makes us feel better. So really, it is still a selfish feeling. The reality of understanding reality is understanding that none of us know reality. We're all children. We all have no understanding of what we're really doing. We only have understanding of subjects that we study. But to really grasp the full reality of existence, we have a very minuscule understanding. And that's the truth, unfortunately. And most humans don't want to take the time to correct it. They want to live in these facades of altered reality that they've created and just stay nestled away in it like a pillow. You can't do that. You have to be willing to change and diversify yourself so you're able to have dialogue with multiple people without judging them. If you just constantly meet people and talk to them and have an opinion about them, you're the one who's really wrong. You have to be open that that person could have just had a bad day. That person could have been going through something. You have no idea what anyone's going through when you first meet somebody. You only have this the first time you're meeting them. You could have met them right after their dad died. You know what I mean? You don't know. That's the reality of existence. And you can't save it. You cannot save existence. You can't save this reality. It's not meant to be saved. This reality is a gym. It's meant to grow yourself, because a human just if you're really, 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 truly, universally intelligent, you would realize that as a human being, there's not really much you can do except for this planet. And then even if you do anything for this planet of Earth or this galaxy, anything that you can possibly reach within this lifetime, you're still not really accomplishing much, because even a galaxy is it's not even a percentage. The Milky Way galaxy isn't even a percentage of the entire universe. It's not even 1%. Because this galaxy is a cluster of galaxies, and there's multiple, probably like thousands of clusters of galaxies. So that means if we're not 1 in 100, we're not even, our whole entire galaxy isn't even 1% of existence. That's how small we are. We're nothing. That means we're nothing. A human is so minuscule. We're not here to save the day. It's not what we're here for. That doesn't mean we can't help each other. We are here to help each other. But the only reason we're here to help each other is because there's a saying in Buddhism, it's called many in body, one in mind. It means that there's many of us. And we're all different. But one in mind, meaning having one goal. What is that one goal? Honestly, I think if humans really looked at what we truly need, it's to make each other the best versions of each other. Not what I mean, not the same as us. Like, you don't want somebody who's a mirror image of yourself. What I mean is, you want someone who has achieved in their mind what they think the best version of themselves is. Because it's not about what we think the best version is, because we're just a human. We have no actual right to even say anything's better or worse, because in actuality, we're all the same species. We're all the same. We have the same limitations in our brain. We have the same limitations in our physical. Even when some of us are better, in a true aspect of a spectrum, it's all very minuscule. Because, a guy who can bench 500 pounds compared to a guy who benches 100 seems like a lot, 400 pounds. But what if there's somebody who existed that could bench tons? You know what I mean? That would make the guy, even a gorilla could probably bench, 1,000 pounds. So that doesn't make them better or anything. It just means they have a trait that outweighs another person's trait in effectiveness in getting things done. Humans just tend to have a very high rate, and then we have one of the highest rates of intelligence. But we have a very high rate in every form of action, like walking, talking, running, punching, all the different actions a human body can do. Not a lot of animals have that much versatility in their movements. That's what makes us so efficient, as well as we have other things. But as efficient as we are, it's very minuscule in the actuality of what we can accomplish. Humans have to realize their ego and just break it apart. Break your ego apart. That's the first thing you have to do. You break your ego apart and you realize that it's nothing, because no matter what you accomplish in this life, even if you accomplish saving the entire world, you still wouldn't accomplish very much. Very small amount of accomplishment still. It's a lot maybe for a human, but it's not a lot for the bigger picture of things. And that's the funny thing about humans. We think it all matters. We think if we accomplish whatever we accomplish before we die, it's going to matter. Like out here matters. Out here stays the way out here stays. There's many times where people have come into this existence and changed things, and came out of this existence and things changed back to the way they were. That's how it's going to happen in all existence. That's why I say you're never going to be able to change. You might have something that stays remembered throughout history, but that's still nothing, because who cares about history on all the other planets in the entire universe? Billions of planets. Who cares? Nobody cares. We care about these titles like they matter. We care about these the amount of money we have, or the size house we have, the clothes we wear, the music we listen to, the politics, the teams, all these meaningless topics that have no value in reality. None of them do anything for the grand scheme. It only does it in our small portion. But we use things like virtue of helping others as an excuse for us deserving everything. It's a cop-out. True, you get things by grasping them. You grasp them by moving for them. You move for them by getting up. That's what you do. You do those things to achieve the things you want. Even if you don't get it the first time you get up, when you get knocked back down, you just keep getting back up. Keep getting back up. Sometimes you have to go right. Sometimes you have to go left. Sometimes you have to take sidestep, move right, move left. It's not a planned out action. You just have to do it and get it moving. Now, I don't know if you've kind of caught the underlying message I'm trying to put out here, but the reality of this is, this whole video has been sort of a message too, but I don't want to give too much credit towards where the message is going, because where the message is going doesn't seem to have much comprehension of what aspects I'm trying to explain. Because where this is going is stuck in a dark reality that's been created inside of a basically just non-moving mind that's just sitting, and it doesn't have any grasp because it's so comfortable and lives through its own comfort and has to be comforted for it to be able to exist, or else it just lashes out. And it's unfortunate that this person's this way, but I've realized that I can't necessarily keep turning around and trying to pull, pick this person up, really help this person see what they're missing. And because they're so focused on what I'm missing, but they don't realize I'm already fixing what I've been missing for a long time. And if they were around and talked to me to know that, then they would be able to have a more enlightened view. But because they stand behind just text messages or messages with no actual emotion or value to them, and can be interpreted any way the words are written without actually giving the intent meant before the words are sent, that's another problem. We become too comfortable in our lives to where we can't even address people we care about directly with our mouths. We use words on a screen or words on paper with no meaning, no emotion, and honestly, no value. It's very unfortunate that people live this way, but most humans are cowards. It's unfortunate. They can't talk about things directly. They have to hide behind things and throw out shots without actually being able to stand up and talk about it. And they think, because they know that it doesn't bother them to do it, because when you do it back, they don't care, because they already know what they're doing when they're doing it on the other side. But when you become bigger than that and you just look now, it's just like I turn around, I see it, and I'm like, dang, you really missed it. You really missed what I was trying to say. But the light side of the dark is that humans can say, I'm shutting these doors, turning off these lights, I'm doing with all these things. But what they can't change is something called time. Time is something that humans don't like to accept. They want to keep things in that moment how they feel, but they don't realize with time, things change. I've learned with time things change. The only thing I worry about sometimes with time is that you won't have enough time. But fortunately, I feel like in the next 6 months, maybe less, I'll be at a point to where I'll be able to deal with these things head on in person. And with life, with light, with joy, with love, with compassion, with wisdom, with courage. The true emotions of a champion. There's no power. Nobody needs power. Power is something that someone who has problems with their own self-confidence, that they have to have power to have confidence. I don't need power for confidence. I'm a confident person. I'm a leader being Teddy. We're all leaders. We just have to unlock the leader inside of us. I've unlocked the leader inside of me. I know I'm here to lead. We're all here to lead, but it's just, where are we leading? Where are we leading our lives? So with that, you got a little bit of update and a little bit of perspective from my mind. I love you all. I hope everybody is out there going for their dreams at the full capacity that they can, and they're not afraid of their own darknesses, and they're willing to grow. So with that, Tgreenman says peace out. I'm gonna start trying to upload a lot more, and really give my heart on this a little bit more. And yeah, thank you guys so much. Oh yeah, like I said, I'm gonna start putting up some more music, and I'm gonna start trying to do like a day. I'll do a weekly update like this, but probably with better quality. I'll get it on my camera and stuff, and then I'm thinking about doing like a weekly meeting about topics and stuff that I see that catch my attention, that I think are important, and kind of get some guys' perspective. Or if you guys have some topics that you want to discuss, hit me up. I always put my info in my description. So, I got my Twitter usually, my email, my phone number. So, you want to hit me up, hit me up. I'm not hard to find. I don't hide out. I'm always ready for anybody who would love to talk. So, or debate. If anybody wants to debate, I'm itching for some debates. So hit me up. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope you guys stayed safe on the 4th, and I hope you enjoy the summer wherever you are. Talk soon.